Heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson has been on the financial ropes many times. Even though he commanded as much as $30 million in payouts for each fight, he accumulated millions of dollars in debt before filing for bankruptcy 2 decades ago. Well, he may have been knocked out and down, but he is back up and punching his weight in the business world. Mike Tyson is now in the cannabis business with his brand Tyson 2.0. And here's the news. He has inked a deal with Israeli medical marijuana company InterCure, which will exclusively cultivate, manufacture and distribute Tyson's edible products to overseas markets, including the UK and Germany, for medicinal use. What else could the deal bring? Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive is Mike Tyson, the co-founder and chief brand officer of Tyson 2.0. Great to see you, Mike.
Hey,
Thank
how you doing?
I am great. And
awesome seeing you as well.
Yeah, and it's great to see you. And you're some businessman right now. My goodness, tell me about this deal with InterCure.
Hey, listen, it's something I just never in a million years knew that this can happen. I have the greatest team assembled in the world, and I'm very lucky to be in this position. And
when you talk about this position, you started your company a while back, and you went straight for edibles, and yet this is a company that deals with medicinal marijuana. It is basically sort of pharmaceutical grade, correct? So they must have looked and vetted the quality of your cannabis and said, this works. Tell me about how closely you observe and make sure that the purity of what you do at Tyson 2.0 is as good as it is.
Well, I'll do that. Of course, you know, I'm dealing with the best growers, the best specific people that's been doing this for years and years. And so I get the greatest growers in the world, and I have them join my team. We become business partners, and I can pretty much capitalize and manipulate the cannabis industry.
Well, I will
Did
say
that
this.
Come across?
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting about InterCure, aside from the fact that it is extraordinarily successful outside the U.S., is that, of course, it is an Israeli company, and the chairman of this company is the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak. I know you didn't get to meet him in striking this deal, but guess what? We have him on the phone right now. Prime Minister, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I am here.
Okay, you got Mike Tyson here. I mean, who knew?
How are you doing, Mr. Prime Minister? It's a pleasure.
I am okay. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it on video, so I just talk. We are happy and glad to work with Tyson, with Mike Tyson, the person with the brand Tyson 2.0 is well known for the top quality of the flowers, the concentrate, the consumables, the edibles, and both the genetics and the product. And we are going to take it to Germany, to Australia, to the UK, to Europe. And we happen to be InterCure, which is traded in NASDAQ in Toronto and Tel Aviv under the symbol INCR. We are the most successful one outside of the United States, and we are determined to push these products into the medical arena. We are in medical cannabis, and Europe going after us into medical cannabis.
One of the things that I find interesting, Prime Minister, is Mike's names of some of his products. The Toad, West Coast Toad, Tiger Mints, Lemon Pie, Knockout OG, Gelato. I mean, we've got these names up on the screen. Tadpoles. And then, of course...
Some of...
Yeah.
Elizabeth, some of the names are soft, but the brand is projecting a gravitas, readiness to fight, and determination to succeed. And that's what we share in InterCure.
And Mike, I also want to point out that you have the edibles that you did a collaboration with Evander Holyfield.
Yes.
I mean, this is true proof that former rivals, vicious and violent rivals, can come together, correct? I mean, you have put this together. They're called Mike Bites.
We have to look at common sense. This is enterprise. And with enterprise, we can all be friends and make a lot of money as well. I was telling Evander, I was explaining to Evander, we are the only two fighters that are still getting paid for a fight that's 30 years old.
You know what? That's amazing because you, at one point, had been on the ropes, bankrupt. You know, you've really come back here. What is the one thing that you've learned and that you would pass down to other sports heroes and people who don't really think enough about managing their money and starting businesses while they have the great brand?
First of all, I was only financially bankrupt. I wasn't spiritually bankrupt. And that allowed me to understand that if I did it once, I could do it again. And I could continue to do it over and over again. And that's what bankruptcy taught me.
Good for you. And I'll tell you something, it is not lost on me, Prime Minister, that you are the most decorated, Mike, I don't know if you know this, but Ehud Barak is the most decorated soldier in the history of the Israeli Defense Forces. And on the 75th anniversary of Israel becoming a state, we are very impressed with you. And I know Mike feels the same way.
Absolutely. That's only rightful so that we should be partners. Because listen, we're in the cannabis business, but it's also the healing business, the trauma business. And we all know that Israel had a lot of trauma in the past and very little presently. And I'm thinking, probably the way the Prime Minister thinking, this will make people feel different about being tyrannical or overactive about doing something that's really selfish. Like,
Elizabeth,
yes,
please, Mr.
I
Prime
think your
Minister.
audience does not know that in the rest of the world, cannabis is used for medical purposes, not just recreational or kind of to enjoy it. It's really, it treats both soldiers under post-trauma and the youngsters with epilepsy and many kind of conditions could be taken. It's traded to pharmacies, and doctors are writing it down for their patients. That's where we feel that Tyson 2.0 can help a lot to promote, and together we are deployed in all these countries in Europe and in Australia and the UK, and it will work, I'm sure.
Well, I would like both of you to come visit in New York, and we will continue to follow the business story of InterCure. It's great to see you both, Mike Tyson and, of course,
thank you.
Ehud.
I look forward to seeing you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you.
Okay, be ready. I'm coming without gloves.
Yeah.
Be patient.
You guys have to meet in person so that you can seal the deal with a handshake. Great to see you both. Thank you so much. We are coming right back. Dow Jones Industrials up about 22 points.